Oh, you thought I was a simp, huh? Bitch. Found out a nigga been a pimp, huh? Bitch. Oh, you late this month on rent, huh?
Children can come out of whatever I do. I can be 70 years old, and as long as I'm not shooting blanks, I can make babies. You can't.
The reason why I became a phlebotomy technician is because there's something called a paramedical insurance examiner.
Get the fuck out my phone, bitch. I don't get the phone. Go take blood, boy. You in a job where people quiet in the background. Have you watched one of my videos, a 3-hour video from front to back?
That girl situation when he was ranking. That girl.
You're not paying attention.
When he was what? Talk to him.
Have you watched one of my videos? Have you watched a full video of mine from front to back? One of my live streams.
I just saw one video. Was it the whole? I think it was a whole video of some girl when you were.
He was ranking her. He asked her what her
asked her what she ranked herself.
I have a full 3-hour show that I do, and you watched a 7-minute clip. I challenge you and your friend to go back to my channel and watch the full 30-minute. Oh, now see, I'm not going to do this. And this is the problem. But you haven't even responded to what I said. You haven't even watched the full video of where the excerpt was coming from, but your friend has the nerve to make a judgment that women have no problem judging men on partial information.
Stop generalizing women, please.
And you women are acting just like so many women who get upset. You have little to no information. You're not willing to do the work.
To ask you certain questions, and what you're responding to, I'm responding back to it. So you're referring to past videos, but I'm referring to things that you're telling me now. But you don't even let other people talk. You're asking me how old I am. You're generalizing women.
No, we haven't had sex.
Okay. Why?
Why? Because I'm stingy. I'm stingy with the puss.
Excuse me?
I'm stingy with it. I do not give it up easily.
Were you married to your daughter's, your baby mama, though, right?
Baby, I've never been married, no, but I just
okay,
don't.
so
I know.
Hold on. Let's talk about this though. See, I find it funny that women like yourself, baby mamas, all of a sudden want to get stingy with the puss after you done gave your womb up before a ring. But then you want the high value men to put a ring on it before he gets it?
Who am I supposed to give it away?
You goddamn right you already did. Because here's the thing. See, that's what I mean. Man, you're a used vehicle wanting brand new 2021 prices. You can laugh all you want to, ma'am, but you just said 6 months. You're not even exclusive. You're talking about he's marriage-minded. What do you think he's inserting his penis? In his hand?
No, that's the thing. He could be inserting it somewhere else.
Exactly, because here's the thing. Men with options don't play these games.
Okay.
Hello.
All right. You were saying, do I want to hear about your original plan?
Right.
Okay. No, and I will tell you why. You're not doing it. You're doing what you have to do to survive and live. Okay?
Okay.
So your original plan, it doesn't matter.
It does if it can change my situation.
Okay. Go ahead. Since you know better than I do.
No, nobody ever said that. Okay, but anyway.
Go ahead, dude.
The reason why I became a phlebotomy technician is because there's something called a paramedical insurance examiner. I'm not sure if you heard about that.
It doesn't matter. Go ahead. I don't have to know what you know, but go ahead.
All right, thank you.
All right, look here, man. Don't be a bitch. I don't do little bitchy boys. Get the fuck out my phone, bitch. I don't get the phone. Go take blood, boy. You in a job where people quiet in the background.
Well, Kevin, Mr. Samuel, it seems I have a question. Do you date 30-year-old women? Because you mentioned on the last show.
And that is a question. Why?
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing it, why would you say you're 50?
Because okay, first off, let's okay. You want to answer that question? It's a double standard. Just like you can stay at home while I got to go work. If I was at home and you worked, people would look at me a certain way. This is a double standard that's been with us since time immemorial. Children can come out of whatever I do. I can be 70 years old, and as long as I'm not shooting blanks, I can make babies. You can't.
Hey, I don't care what you look like.
So I don't.
But I said no. I don't care what you look like. But before a woman's gonna sign off and become your missus, they're gonna check their pockets.
Mm-hmm.
So don't. So if you honestly think, okay, here's the thing. And I don't know your first name. So what is it?
Walter.
Walter. If you were to wake up tomorrow and be broke, how long you think your wife would stay?
Until I die.
Okay. Hope that never happens to you. Hope you never. But that would be the first woman in here. Well, I went to the first woman. But is your wife asleep or is she talking to you?
No, she just walked up. I woke up.
I'm not going to inject any difficulty into your marriage, Walter. But I got gray in my beard and gray on my head, and what you're saying does not comport with anything I've ever experienced in my living life.
You're a very good communicator.
I know. Thank you very much. And that's why I said money is more than nice. It is required if you expect to have a woman, especially a woman of quality. Thanks.
You still haven't defined quality. Everyone's.
All right. See, I'm not going to go back and forth with this again. See, and this is part of the problem. Young men, this is a man who's sitting up in the house with a wife. Ain't gonna sit there and tell you money's nice, but you know, if his dude is honestly trying to say, Miss Walter, your husband just said if he lost all his money, you'd be living right on the corner with it. Yes, ma'am. You in your older age, because I'm assuming y'all roughly the same age. This man has basically said if he lost it all, you'd be happy to be living in that box with him until he died. That's what he said. Until he died.
That's the energy you're getting because you're a guy that said you don't think you should have to approach women. They should give you choosing signals. Where would you rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? How tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
5'10". How much do you weigh? Uh-oh.
I weigh about
to what?
Depending on the day, between 280 to 285.
So you're a fat fucker.
Yeah.
So you think a 5'10", almost 300-pound dude, how much money you make?
Like 400 every 2 weeks.
So you make 400 every 2 weeks. So you make 800 a month. You make less than $10,000 a year. Okay.
But how many 20-year-olds was him?
Hold on. Dude, I was a 20-year-old and I was making far more money than that. In the 80s, where minimum wage was $3.35 an hour. So I need to hear it. How long? You got a big dick?
I mean, it's above average. I ain't know Ron Jeremy.
No. I asked you if you had a big dick. I didn't say it was above average.
I don't know what that is, really.
You know if you got a big dick or not. Stop the bullshit. Every dude know whether or not he got a big dick. I know I got a big dick. You don't know?
I mean,
you don't have a big dick. That's the point. You don't have a big dick. You don't have a big wallet. You're a fat dude, and you got a lot of nerve thinking you should get choosing signals at 5'10" and 300 pounds, making less than $1,000 a month at 20 years old. And women should approach you. What they get? They don't even get a big dick.
What is good? Yeah, man. That was just a little snippet, little collage. Shout out to the late, great Kevin Samuels. R.I.P. my brother. Man. Legendary, man. He put a lot of work in, man. He changed a lot of lives. He was hated by many, man. But he was loved by a lot. His content was very entertaining. I watched him for years. And one thing I do want to speak on is Tony, what's good? Salute, salute. Croc in the building, what's good? Salute. One thing I do want to speak on is, for one, in his passing, right? I didn't like how all these content creators that came out of, some of them came out of nowhere, some of them was on the come up, you know, some of them had already been active, whatever. It's just like a million Kevin Samuels clones just popped up, just everywhere. I'm talking about the day after the announcement of his passing. Everywhere, all YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, everywhere. They got the background, they got the button up with the bow tie and shit, looking like they sell bean pies and all this shit, man. The glasses with the accent walls and all this extra shit in it. It's like, what the fuck? Wait a minute, what the fuck is going on? I'm talking about, what's your age? How much do you weigh? I mean, took this man whole fucking, like, I get, you know, people copy me, you know, they copy certain things that I do, my clothing, right, certain shit, right? Which I take it as a compliment, right? I give you inspiration, cool. But take whatever you take from me, take it and add your flavor to it and make something new. Don't literally word for word, page for page, step for step, do the same shit. Then that's copying. If you see something that I'm doing to inspire you to do something similar but different your way, that's not copying. That's inspiration. But when you take a man's blueprint, his whole like structure, right, of his content, and you implement that, that's thievery. That's theft. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Motherfuckers will do anything for $1. But yeah, man, y'all see the prime, man. Was Kevin Samuels a prophet? Was he? That's the question, you know. In my opinion, based off what the definition of a prophet is, I would say yes. He looked into the future based off the present, right? And the trajectory that things are headed in, right? He predicted the future, and his predictions came true. He said for years that winter was coming, and winter is here, in the dead of July. It's cold in them streets. It's cold in them streets, man. It's freezing out there. Even though it's 100 degrees, it's cold in them streets, man. It's cold. But in my opinion, I didn't agree with everything, you know, all his perspectives and his stances on certain topics or certain situations. But his overall agenda, I agree with, right? What he was trying to accomplish. I may not agree with his strategies, if you will, right? With all his strategies, but it don't matter, right? He was getting the results that he was looking for. So another thing I want to touch on is how, yeah, Tony, that's what I'm saying, Tony. Like that, that's why. And see, you peeped it, Tony. So I knew motherfuckers that really follow him. When I say follow him, like not just like say you see a video, a current live or a current video or something recent that he posted, and then you just start like watching from there and then catching his new shit. Nah, I'm talking about motherfuckers that at whatever point that you got hip to him and you started watching his content, you actually went to his page, subscribed, and watched all his content, right? Because by me doing that personally, right, this is why I want to do this topic. By me doing that, right, it made it easy for me to figure out the type of person that was calling in, right? He did call-ins, he would do video chats, He would do ratings. He would do like he would do publicly on his show, but then he had private like consultations and stuff like that, right? Financial advice, just just man shit. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to make better men, right? And he was successful, right? He was very successful, and he had a big platform, largely because of the so-called sisterhood, right? That went at his throat because he had to be stopped, right? And if you look at how everything ended, right? The irony behind it, right? The narrative that was painted, the allegations, the claims that was just flying the fuck around, right? All this, just everybody got something to say, everybody got an opinion, right? But at the end of the day, the fact that you had the same women who he was trying to help, glorifying his passing, right? Glorifying his death, praising and celebrating his passing. That's crazy to me. Now let me break that down. Why that is dangerous, it's scary, and it's really sad at the same time. It's embarrassing, right? You're celebrating mind you, I would say 99% of the women who celebrated this man's death, publicly might I add, this is documented, they put it online. 99% of them, I'm sure, have never met that man a day in their life. They have never met him, have never had a conversation with him. All they know about this man is his content, right? And they have made up their mind that they don't like his content, which is absolutely fine. I don't think anybody has, an objection to somebody not entertaining certain content or, feeding certain content. I get it. You watch what you like, right? Cool. But it's funny how you don't like his content, you don't agree with it, but you still watch it. You still consume it. You still share it. You still talk about it. Right? And not only that, when this man passes, you celebrate his demise. Like, that's crazy. How could you have this much hate and visceral for a man that you have never met? How? How can you hate a man that much that you've never met? That's crazy to me. There's nobody on this planet that I've watched or seen their content and didn't agree with it, right? And hear about their passing, or if I heard about their passing, that would make me happy. That somebody I don't even know, have never met, lost their fucking life. Whether we have a difference of opinion on topics or not, that's crazy. They were happy that he died. They publicly went on social media and posted content explaining how ecstatic they were that this man was deceased. That's insane. What does that tell you about those caliber of women? If they would do that or have that type of reaction to a man that they just disagree with, that they don't even know, how do you think they treat the men in their life? Man, I'm just keeping it P, y'all. It's this shit is treacherous out here, man. And I'll be 40 tomorrow, y'all. I've seen a lot. And over the years, over the decades, I've seen the degrade in the quality, right, of Western women. It's not getting better, it's getting worse. Each generation, they're getting worse and worse. They're getting dumber and dumber. They're getting fatter and fatter. They're getting more disrespectful. They're getting more just away from morals and values and principles they're getting closer to being just animals. They're literally losing their humanity, literally. Nope, I don't have nothing better to do than this, old cavity. I get paid for this. So if you know another way I can get money, this easy, and running my mouth, and having you listen to me, then please, I'm all ears. That's a crazy question, though. That's an old cavity. That's an interesting name. But yeah, that's a crazy question. I just looked at the chat like, what? You have to have better shit to do than this. What's better than this? Please let me know, cause you here with me. Do I have something better to do? I guess neither one of us do. Cause you ain't listening to me. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you. I appreciate that. Be the big 4-0, and it's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's literally a blessing, I've got a lot of fallen comrades, a lot of my peers, the guys I came up with, a lot of them 6 feet under, a lot of them didn't make it, they didn't make it. A lot of them may make it to C30, let alone 40, so it's a blessing. It's a blessing, it's definitely a blessing. And we need to take life more seriously, man. Tomorrow not promised to none of us. We don't know the time nor the date. We don't know. And everybody just living like they just, they immortal. Holding grudges, like just beefing over stupid shit. It's like, is it worth it? What's good? Is it worth it? I don't know. You gonna handle that guilt for the rest of your life. Hey, do you? But yeah, back to Kevin, man. I really enjoyed watching his content. He had a gift for exposing people's lies and their delusions very effortlessly with very few questions, right? His line of questioning was so direct and so straightforward that it's pretty hard to lie and get away with it, you know what I mean? And it frustrated a lot of callers, right? A lot of people that called in, especially the women, they just, he would just eat their ass up, because they don't, for one, there's this stigma, there's this, I don't know, this social construct, that's in everybody's minds that, so-called black men are ignorant, they're not that intelligent, right? Now, you're talking about a man who, climbed the corporate ladder, which is difficult in itself, definitely if you're melanated. So it's like, I don't know. People just today, it's like, it's weird, right? Because people who are experts or have experience when it comes to certain topics, right? Certain industries, right? Certain businesses, just certain things in life that, it takes time and effort and energy and studying and just experience, right? Experience, you can't put a price on experience, right? So if somebody has experience, more experience than you when it comes to a certain subject or a certain topic or a certain thing, you would think that you would, shut the fuck up and listen and try to learn something, right? They have more experience than me. Okay, but let me get this wisdom. Let me humble myself, put my ego aside and my pride, and receive this message. And I think a lot of, especially the women that called into his platform, I think a lot of them, it was more so, it was ego, right? Because they're not used to men in general, not just so-called black men, but just men in general, dealing with them in that manner, right? Not submitting to them and just letting them just say whatever and just going with it, right? Calling them out on their bullshit, correcting their poor behavior. They're not used to that, so they take offense to it. They take it as an attack. They take it as this. They see it as disrespect. When the most respectful and loving thing that you can do is to correct someone when they're incorrect. So when you go around other people, really think about that. If I love you and care about you, I want what's best for you. That's why I correct you when you're wrong. But people who don't love you and who don't have your best interests at heart, they're not going to correct you when you're wrong. They're going to let you look like a fucking fool. Then when you leave, they're going to talk shit about you. But these are usually the people that you call your friends. These are usually the people that you call family, right? These are people who you think that love you and care about you. But they lie to you to your face every day. Kevin Samuels, in my opinion, was a walking, talking mirror. And when you are in his presence and you are face to face with him, it's like looking at yourself in the mirror. And if you don't like what you see, if you don't like that reflection, right, it's difficult for you to be in his presence and to deal with him or interact with him, because he's constantly holding that mirror up. You can't run from the lies. You can't run from the truth of who you are. And I think that was the biggest reason why men and women, you know, had an issue with him and his content. He used to rate women, you know, but you call in, right? He's not saying, hey, let me rate you from 1 to 10. No, these women are calling into his show because they want him to rate them. And you have women that say that that's disrespectful or that's degrading. So why are you telling him that and not the woman who called into his show to be rated? That's really backwards to me, because if he like, if you're getting bullied, right, you don't go to the person getting bullied and that was wrong the way that you let him hit you. It's like, what? Why are you coming to me? I'm the victim. Why are you coming to me? I did nothing wrong. I was assaulted. So instead of addressing the bully, you address the victim. You address the person being bullied. This man is minding his business, doing his fucking show, right? And you have women calling in to be rated on a scale from 1 to 10, right? Based off of certain characteristics or, you know, certain attributes. And everything that's on the list is things that men care about. And it's funny how we, as men, we know what women want, right? But if you ask the average woman on the street, you know, what do men want? What is like a general list of things that all men want? Either they couldn't tell you, they're gonna make some shit up, or they're just gonna tell you what they think. They don't know. Some have never even thought about it in their life. And you could tell because when they're asked the question, the reaction that they give, it's like they just get this blank stare on their face, like, wow, they just, you know, go blank. Like, damn, what do men want? I never thought. You could tell, like, damn, she realized I never thought about that. And that's crazy. For you to be a heterosexual woman And not only do you not know, but you've never even took the time to think, what do men want from me? You know they want sex. Let's take that off the table. We know that. All men want that, right? But what else? But that's all they want. That's all they want from you. That's the difference. That's all they want from you. But if that's all that they're showing you that they want from you, what are you showing them that would give them something else to want? If they met you and you were half naked, right, out in public, sexualizing yourself, right? You're half naked in public. So when he sees you, he doesn't see a wholesome woman, he sees a hoe. And then you wonder why you get hoe treatment. If you present yourself as a hoe, you're going to be treated as a hoe. If you present yourself as a lady, you're going to get treated as a lady. I've been in rooms where a half-naked woman walks in and I see that the energy shift in the room, right? The wolves that start salivating. A fight might even start, right? Because now you know, the energy comes out. Now you got men trying to compete to get her attention. To get, you know what I'm saying? So now it's a dick swinging contest. And I've seen the energy shift in the room where a woman walks in and she's dressed modestly. Niggas watch their language, how they speak. Niggas sit up, they pull their pants up. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. If they were raised right. This whole culture, the music, entertainment, social media has diluted the minds of the modern women to the point where they think the shit that they see online is real. It's called the metaverse for a reason. It's not real. Half of these people that they watching this content creators, they don't even live the lifestyles that they present. This shit is AI. The house that they claiming is theirs, they living in is a fucking Airbnb. The cars they driving is rentals. And you just don't know the game. A lot of them fake it until they make it, but it's like, even if they do have it, it's like nobody's really living the lifestyle that they're portraying. So even if they are portraying that they live in a certain lifestyle, just know that whatever they showing, you got to dial it down about 10%, 20%. So no matter how extravagant, right, their life seems, right, it's not that. It might be that, but it's not that. Because everybody got to present themselves as being more than what they really are. Because nobody's satisfied with who they are and where they are. Everybody's trying to level up and have more than the next person. Everybody's concerned with what this one got and that one got, what he's doing. Castanet doing this, or this person got that, or I'm trying to be. And none of this shit is real. Now, one of his main things that he talked about and that he used was an acronym, right? That he called sign language. Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. Now, I've seen women and men call into his show and literally in that sequence and in that order. That's why I was like, man, this man's a fucking genius. In that sequence and in that order, they would literally go down the list. They would start with trying to shame him. When the shaming tactics didn't work, they started insulting, right? Oh, you gay, you don't like women. I swear that every fucking time it was the same. It starts with the shame, the insults, then they try to guilt trip him, and then now they just got the need to be right because he's killed their argument, and they still don't. They don't want to, admit that they're wrong. They move the goalposts. They talk about other shit that got nothing to do with the subject, just because they just don't want to be wrong. That is a child. Competent adults take accountability for their words and actions. Competent adults take accountability for their words and their actions. If you do not take full responsibility of your words and actions, you are a minor. And the majority of people that called into his show, they were minors. They weren't competent adults. They were children. Why? Because they have yet to learn how to take full accountability. Excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse about why their life is the way it is and how it happened. Everybody else's fault but theirs, but it's their life and they're in full control of it. But somehow they had nothing to do with where they are in life. They have nothing to do with being 40 years old with 6 children by 7 different niggas. I don't know how that happened. It was the men. It was they wasn't shit. It's like what? You got 5 children and 6 baby daddies, and you talking about a nigga got to make $100,000 plus a year to fuck with you, and you ain't even ever seen $100,000 in your lifetime. Most of these women that say they want a 100K nigga, right, or a millionaire, have never seen the type of money that they claim they want this man to have. They never even lived that type of lifestyle. Okay, cool. Let's roll with that, right? Most of these motherfuckers want the Cinderella story because they live in a Disneyland and they head anyway. All right, cool. Let's run with that. You want a man that has his shit together, that can change your life, that can afford to take care of you and spoil you, buy you whatever the fuck you want, take you wherever you want to go, just make your life a fantasy, a dream, right? Okay, let's say this unicorn nigga comes along. Okay, he scoops you up off your feet, y'all together, whatever, cool. What does he get? Because he's providing all of this value to you in your life. What does he get in return? What does he get in return? You with the top tier man. You with the man that all the women want. He has status, right? He's financially just well the fuck off, okay? It's pretty much, he got the body, he got the looks, he got everything. Total package, right? Unicorn. What does he get in return? You expect this man to deal with you and only you. You have multiple children by multiple men, right? And those weren't the only men that you've been sexually active with. So you're not a virgin, right? You already have children with multiple men, right? You're older, right? You ran through, right? What is he getting in return? Nothing. And that's why you have so many women like that online right now as I speak, complaining about their options that they have in men. But they're doing nothing to make themselves more desirable to the men that they desire. They're lazy. If I don't like the options of women that I have, right, that means I need to do some improvement. I need to go to the gym. I need to get my money up. I need to get a better car, better job, scale my business up, whatever I need to do, fix my teeth, whatever the fuck it is. I need to do that, right? So I can now attract a better caliber of woman. And men know this, and women know this, but the difference is Men are forced to accept that, right? Because a fat, ugly, broke man, right? He gotta pay to play, right? But a fat, broke, ugly woman, she can still get sex. She can still get penis. Somebody will still hit, and she knows that. So since I can still get sexual access and attention from men, it may not be the men that I want it from, but I can still get a man to give me sex, attention, money, whatever I need, I'm looking for from a man, right? What incentive is there to improve? What incentive is there for her to get up off her ass, get in the gym, get her body right, get her, you see what I'm saying? What incentive is there? Because it's definitely competition. It's definitely competition out here. And she's not trying to compete. But at the same time, while she's not trying to compete, the women that are putting in the work, she thinks she should have the same options that that woman has, which is crazy. Because as a man, I know that a man is putting in more work than me, right? I know that he's going to have better options than women. And I don't look at him with envy because he has better options than women. I know that if I want the options that he has, I got to level up. I got to meet him where he at or pass him. We are reminded of this every single day as men. That's the difference. There's no accountability for the women. And this whole situation with Kevin Samuels proved that. All the women that had an issue with him, all the women that called his show and argued and cussed and fussed and just, you know, was ranting and raving, it's because they didn't want to hold themselves accountable. And he was forcing them to do it, and they didn't like it. So at the end of the day, he was the prophet. I don't care what nobody say. He was a prophet. He was a prophet. Because winter is here. Winter is here. You got women getting evicted left and right. You got men that's you know, been professional simps that's starting to, you know, get they, you know, getting their life together, getting their mind together. You know what I'm saying? They realizing, oh, the simping ain't it. I don't got a simp. Simping don't benefit me. And they waking up. They're waking up. You know Kevin Samuels was the truth. When you got 100,000 copies on YouTube right now, it's somebody live on YouTube right now using that man's his whole, like, everything. They stole his swag, his background, his talking points, his show, everything. They even used it. Oh, well, what's your size? Well, how tall are you? How much do you weigh? How old are you? His whole fucking, I'm like, damn, you ain't going to try to, like, mix it up a little bit? You just going to steal that man whole, like, damn. But that shows you how, and they making money. They doing numbers. So what does that tell you? His strategy works. It worked for him, and it's working for a whole bunch of other people now that he's gone. What does that tell you? He changed the game. He changed the narrative. He changed the culture. Because now conversations are being had that wasn't being had before. Subjects are being talked about that was hush hush, and you know, you only hear about in the barbershop, in the locker room, and you know what I'm saying, on the basketball court, at the bar. Nah, now it's out there. To the point where women are even having these conversations amongst each other. We gotta do something, y'all. They waking up. They starting to they not putting up with our bullshit no more. What we gonna do? It was just amazing to me, man. That shit was amazing to me. I couldn't believe the amount of, I'm talking about celebrities, entertainers and shit, and they on social media. I'm like, you put this on. It's one thing to talk amongst your family and friends and coworkers, whoever, you know, but to post online that you're happy that somebody lost their fucking life that you don't even know and has never done anything to you. You ain't lost no money because of Kevin. You ain't nothing. He has damaged you in no way. He just said things that you didn't agree with. And that caused you to hate this man that much that you celebrating his death? That's crazy. Just wicked. Satanic. Devils. There's no person on this planet that I could ever hate that much, and I ain't never met him. That's crazy. There's a lot of people I don't like. It's a lot of people I don't care for. But I don't wish death on them just because I don't like the things that they say or their opinions or the content they make. That's crazy. Just don't watch it. Like, what you have an option to watch whatever the fuck you want on social media. And you choose to watch this man's content. Why? Because something about what he's saying is convicting you in your spirit and you don't like it. So you make it your mission to shut him down. That's crazy. That is insane. Out of all the things you could be doing, right, to better yourself and better your life, you're taking time out of your day to try to bring a man down who's trying to help you. But you don't want help. You want to live in delusion. You want to live the lie. But by his content being out there, you're constantly hearing it. People are sending it to you. People talking about it. So it's a constant reminder of your inadequacies, of your failures, of your lies, of your delusion, your false reality that you create in your head. I don't want to fix it. And I don't want to think about it or be reminded of it. So instead of me doing that, I'll just get rid of him. But you can't. People reporting his page, just do all types of stuff. It's like crazy. Crazy shit. All because you don't want to deal with reality. The reality of your own life. The reality of your own poor decision making. The reality that the life that you're living and the things that you're going through and where you're at in life is all on you. You did it. And you have to fix it. That was his whole message, was accountability. And the fact that it was so many men and women, right, that had a problem with him and his content shows that the majority of people, right, the masses, have no accountability. So what does that say about society? What does that say about Western culture? If the majority of people do not hold themselves accountable, it makes sense as to why things are the way they are. As to why our children reading at a 4th and 5th grade reading level. Even the adults are reading at a 4th to 5th grade reading level. That means we're illiterate. We can't fucking read. We don't have whole families anymore. We got baby daddies and baby mamas. We don't have husbands and wives. We don't have nuclear families. We co-parenting. And his whole agenda was to get us back to where we were winning, when we had nuclear families, when we were working together, when we had community. He was trying to rebuild community. This is why I get on motherfuckers' ass when they start talking that we need to come together shit. Because, yeah, we do, but you don't want to. Because the things that it takes for that to happen, ain't nobody trying to do. Because the only way that's going to happen is for us to fix ourselves first. We can't come together as a community, right? As a people, if we're still damaged individually. We got to fix ourselves first. We can't be broken and trying to get with other broken people and trying to build something. We have to become whole first and then join up with other people who have healed and have become whole. Now we can build something together instead of trauma bonding. His whole message was telling men to be men and for women to be women. Men, get up off your ass. Stop expecting a handout. Stop expecting somebody to feel sorry for you. Do what the fuck you need to do to put yourself in position in life. Same thing for the fucking women. Do what the fuck you need to do to put yourself in the best position you can be in life. Do the work. Everyone had a problem with the fucking work. Everyone had a problem with accountability, right? The position that they're in life and the options that they have, right? Based off of the decisions that they've made in the past. If you are a middle to older 30, 40, 50-year-old woman with children, right? Divorced, never married, whatever, your options in men are not going to be the same as a younger woman who's a virgin. That's common fucking sense. But instead of dealing with that reality, most women don't want to do that. And I think social media is the biggest culprit. I'm not blaming social media because everybody is responsible for their actions, right? But the narrative that's being painted on social media is not realistic. It's delusional. It's fantasy. It's not real. You got people that's making content, relationship content, and ain't even in a relationship. Half these motherfuckers ain't even heterosexual men. And they making content with chicks and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like relationship, and they not even in a relationship. The man don't even like women, he like men. But he making content with a woman, and y'all thinking this, that's what I'm saying, all this shit is fucking fake. It's all fake. It's all fake. And motherfuckers getting exposed left and right every other day. But people are so caught up in these idols and idol worship, right? That the truth will slap them in the fucking face and they don't want to accept it. All the proof that the majority of these streamers, these male streamers, are homosexual or engaged in homosexual activity, right? And you still have men who claim to be masculine men consuming their content and defending them. You're defending a man that you have never met, you don't know, and has not put $1, 1 cent in your pocket. That's crazy. Look at the comment sections of these videos, these videos exposing like facts, fuck opinions and AI and all that shit. Facts, documents, right? Footage, interviews, people on camera having actual footage, right? Of them engaging in questionable activities. And motherfuckers will still, oh no, that's AI. Oh no, that ain't what it really was. They was just playing. Like what? Masculine men don't play like that. All that grab ass shit, that masculine men don't play like that. Ain't nobody grabbing my ass. Ain't nobody fondling my ball. Ain't none of that weird shit going on over here. Masculine men don't do that. And then the majority of the viewers are younger men. Teenage boys. Now, what is that teaching them? What is that showing them? Oh, if this guy that I look up to, right, he plays like that with his friends, it's okay for me to play like that with my friends. What doors are you opening? What doors are we opening? What are we encouraging? What are we condoning here? Most parents don't sit and watch the content and watch these content creators. So they'll see a few clips or scenes or whatever. They might hear them, you know, watching a live or a stream or you know, a video or short or something like that, they might not see nothing in it. But if you sit and watch these streams, if you sit and watch these lives, and you see the shit that they be fucking saying and doing, there's no way in hell my son gonna watch that shit. The fact that people got time to sit and watch, right, a live stream, somebody going live for the last 48 hours, and out of that 48 hours, you've been watching them 26 hours. That's insane. 26 hours of your life that you can never get back, that you sitting and watching content that you're consuming that is of no benefit to you. You're not learning shit. It's not motivational. It's not even entertaining. It's not even funny. And it's weird. You're literally spying. Motherfuckers is literally recording their whole fucking life. And the majority of the time, they're not even doing shit interesting. They in a basement. You know, it's like that's the magic. You know, it's all this shit in the background. You know, I got all these anime characters, and I got the LED lights, and I got the light up signs and all this other. It's just to keep your attention. It's all about keeping your attention. As a content creator, I get paid for keeping people's attention. But whose attention are you trying to grab? And why? I don't want everybody's attention. I want like-minded people, right? I'm trying to reach them. Because those are the people who I can benefit, right? I can help, right? I can motivate. I can share information with, right? I can share my wisdom, they can share theirs. That's beneficial. So that's not wasted time. If I consume your content the majority of the day, I'm consuming this person's content, and I ain't learned shit, I can't tell you anything that I've learned from watching their content that's gonna make my life easier or make my life better. That's crazy. That's crazy. You could have been learning a new skill, a new trade, right? Start a business, get a degree, go to something, anything. Go to the gym. I don't give a fuck. Something that can be productive and that's beneficial to you, right? Something that's gonna benefit you. You're wasting your time, right? Watching content, consuming content that is of no fucking benefit to you. That's crazy. This shit is it's not even motivational. It don't even make me want to get up and be constructive. It's like, the fuck is whole bunch of ratchet ghetto bullshit. A whole bunch of characters, because that's all they are, characters. Most of the lifestyles that these people portray on these streams and these lives, they don't even live like they present. The person who you see on screen is not even a real person. When them cameras cut off, they are a totally different person. They're acting. They're actors. And the biggest streamers have batteries in their backs. They're pushing agendas that aren't even theirs. That's what they get. That's what they get the big bucks for. You got the eyes on you. This is what we want you to push. And it's working. It's working. Think I'm bullshitting? Streamer University. Fuck everything that I've said. Streamer University sums it right up. So anybody that got something, no, that's not true. Streamer University. Enough said. Go watch any content from the Streamers University with Castanet. Enough fucking said. This generation is cooked. No individuality, no individual thought, no originality, no realism, right? No true artistry. Like, you just got motherfuckers that's just creating characters and running with this shit. will do anything for views, will do anything for a check. You can't trust a person that'll do anything for money. They'll knock their mother off. They'll sacrifice one of their family members. They will do anything. They will bend over, spread their cheeks, and lift their sack and cough. And they not getting it. And they ain't in intake. They ain't going through intake in jail. But for a check, they would spread them cheeks, lift their sack, and cough. For a check. They will do anything for $1. And these are the people that we looking up to. These are the people that we let entertain us. We let our children watch this shit. You got young men right now that look up to Castanet more than they look up to their own fathers. You got young boys out here right now. They look at speed the way they should be looking at their fathers. The admiration that they have for these so-called celebrities and streamers and entertainers, you're supposed to have that for your father, right? And it's even worse for the young men that don't have their fathers in their life. It's even worse for them. They fully get caught up in the bullshit. But that's all I see. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it just seems like things just got worse after Kevin Samuels passed. Everybody just picked up where he left off and just took his whole platform and just, you know, started making money with it, doing their own thing with it. And everybody else just fell by the wayside. But I have yet to see anybody replace him. I have yet to see anybody do what he did to the level that he did it or greater. I have yet to see it. I have yet to see it. But he was a prophet. He was definitely a prophet. Because he prophesied that winter was coming. And winter is here. It's here. Even though it's July and it's hot as shit, it's cold in them streets. It's cold. I'm everywhere. I see things. I talk to people. Them strip clubs, go look up some strip club videos. Look at what these strippers talking about, what they posting on their content. Strip clubs is empty. The strip clubs is empty. Now, mind you, inflation plays, the economy plays a big role in that as well, right? But it's also a shift happening in the mentality of men, of modern Western men, right? They're starting to wake up to the fact that everybody is trying to get in their pockets. That's the agenda, right? The women are casualties of war, and they don't even realize it. Modern women are casualties of war. There's a war being waged against us, and they've weaponized modern women against modern men, and they don't even realize it, nor do they care. They don't realize that the mentality that they have, this feminist, Western feminist, liberal mindset, right, is not only destroying them, their families, but it's also destroying their communities and their nation. Community, what is a community? A community is a collection of families. That's what makes up a community. Not a whole bunch of baby mamas, not a whole bunch of single men. That's not a community. A community is a collective of families. You can't have a community with a whole bunch of women and children. and some simp ass, bitch ass, effeminate men. When I was coming up, every father knew how to change a tire. Every father knew how to change the oil on his car. Every father knew how to do basic maintenance on his vehicle. Every father knew a trade, right? He may not be a master, right? He may not have a master's degree in that trade, but he's at least a journeyman. Every man had a skill, right? They had something that they knew how to do well, whether they did it for a living or not. They were masculine men. You have men today, these bonnet wearing, fingernail polish wearing ass. This shit is crazy. They don't know how to change a tire. They don't know how to do nothing that men traditionally knew how to do, right? It was just expected that you know these things. So you'll have a man and a woman in the car driving down the road. They catch a flat. They just sitting on the side of the road waiting for AAA. They sitting on the side of the road for another man to come and do what his ass should know how to fucking do. See, it's all fun and games, right? Everything's fun and games until it starts to negatively affect us personally in life, right? So these young men being effeminate as hell, right? And being homosexual, it's all cute and it's funny and it's entertaining, right? It's funny. He's shaking his body, he got a wig on. It's all fun and games, right? Until it becomes a negative in your life. The man that you chose don't know how to do shit manly. Not only can he not protect you in situations of danger, right? But he can't even do shit around the house. Everything that needs to get fixed or needs to get done, right? That a traditional man would do himself. He got to call somebody, or you got to call somebody and pay them to do it, because it ain't going to be free. Look up the statistics on handymen. You have handymen today in 2026, right? Handymen. These are not tradesmen, handymen. I do a little bit of everything, but I'm a, what's the saying? I forgot the saying. Master something of something and master of none. But basically, I know how to do a little bit. I'm not an expert in nothing, but I know a little bit about everything. That's a handyman, right? Right now in 2026, you have more wealthy handymen than ever before. You have handymen making over $100 grand a year doing handiwork, changing light bulbs, like changing faucets, sink faucets, and toilet seats and float valves. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers don't know what a float valve is. You know what I'm saying? Drywall repair, just simple shit that when I was coming up, everybody father knew how to do that shit. Now you gotta call somebody for everything. I've made money in the past literally changing light bulbs. Motherfucker didn't even know how to take the fucking globe off of the fucking fan, the fucking light on the ceiling fan, to change the fucking light bulb, and paid me to do that. This is crazy. You don't know how to change a fucking light bulb? We ain't even talking like traditional gender roles, like what the men should know how to do women. Everybody, I don't give a fuck what your gender is. I don't care if you male or female. I don't give a fuck. Everybody should know how to change a damn light bulb. Everybody should know how to take a fucking light fixture down. If you don't know how to take a light fixture down, how are you properly cleaning your house? Shit is crazy. But back to Kevin Savage. Everything that this man was trying to get people to accept was that in your life, everything that you do comes with a consequence, right? Every decision that you make, every action that you take comes with a consequence. Whether that consequence is good or bad is irrelevant, right? It's irrelevant whether it's good or bad, because that's the after effect, right? The most important thing is the action, you doing it. If you know that the outcome of this action is not going to be good for you or go well for you, why are you taking the action? Why are you doing things that don't benefit you? Stop. Stop doing shit that does not benefit. That was his whole message. Stop doing shit that don't benefit you. Get your shit together. That was literally this man's whole message, and everybody had an issue with that. Him telling men the truth and him telling women the truth, which means what? The majority of people are liars. If he had more haters than people who actually enjoyed and followed and appreciated his content, which means we have more unaccountable liars in the world than we do good people who are honest and take accountability. If his message, just the basis of what he was pushing was accountability, right? And most people had an issue with that. That means most people have an issue with accountability. And these are the people that are making your food. These are the people that handle your medication. These are the people at the doctor's office. These are people at the oil change place, Jiffy Lube. These are the teachers. These are the doctors. These are the lawyers. These are people who are in positions in life that are responsible, right? That handle certain things that can be detrimental to others, right? So if you have a doctor, right, you got a surgeon who does not take accountability, and he fucks up during the surgery and a person loses their life. That's called a malpractice suit, right? But to take accountability looks like, okay, I know I fucked up. I know what mistake I made. I know I cost this person their life. So whatever consequences come with that, I'm going to take them fully. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to try to lawyer up and get what the lawyer said, don't say this. No, fuck that. I'm telling the fucking truth. I knew what I was doing. I fucked up. Whatever consequences come with that, whatever I got to pay, however this lawsuit turns, if I got to go to jail, whatever, it is what the fuck it is. But who does that? Who does that? No, I'm going to get a lawyer. I'm not guilty, right? Might take a plea deal like that. Nobody takes accountability. And look how fucked up the world is because nobody's taking accountability. From the commander-in-chief all the way down to the janitor that works at Walmart, to the crackheads and homeless motherfuckers on the street. The majority of people do not take accountability for anything. Nothing they say, nothing they do. So how can we have progress? How can a society thrive if that's the majority? If the majority rules and the majority don't take accountability, how can that end well? If most people are liars and do not take accountability for their words and actions, how the fuck can that end well? It can't. So now we have a nation of childish adults who don't take accountability. We see it every day. We deal with it in our lives. We deal with it at work. When you go into the gas station, right? When you go to Wendy's, when you go to Chick-fil-A, whatever the fuck. Every aspect of your life, you're dealing with somebody that's not taking accountability. Will make mistakes and blame you or try to like pass it off on you. It's your fault. It's like, what? You fucked up. And instead of accepting, right, and taking accountability, I'm going to try to flip it and make it your fault. You can get in a car accident. Somebody can rear end you, right? You get rear-ended in a car accident, and the person who rear-ended you is upset and cussing and fussing at you. Like, what? Motherfucker, you ran in the back of me, and you mad at me. But I'm going to tell you what it is. They're not mad at you. They're mad at themselves. But because they don't take accountability, they're not going to take it out on themselves. They're going to take it out on you. It's your fault. You shouldn't have braked like that. It's like there's no excuse. That's why the majority of states in the United States, they have a no-fault rule to where you're automatically at fault, right? If you hit somebody from behind. And me being a CDL holder, I agree. Because if you are paying attention and you are keeping a safe following distance, there's no fucking way in hell in any situation you can run in the back of somebody. So yes, if you run in the back of somebody, I agree, you should always be at fucking fault. Because there's no way if you were paying attention, right? and keeping a safe following distance and practicing defensive driving, how the fuck did you run in the back of them? How? How, Sway? And these are just examples that I'm using, right? Because these are things that we all can relate to, that we deal with every single day. We deal with stupid, arrogant, egotistical motherfuckers every single day, right? You deal with it with your family, you deal with it at work, you deal with it at church, you deal with it at school, you did it every aspect of your life. You're dealing with people that are full of ego and take no account of fucking ability. Most of the people aren't qualified for the positions they hold, including in the medical field. Doctors, nurses, surgeons, therapists. This is why I laugh when people like wear their degrees as like a fucking badge of honor, or like, you know, a stripe on their arm for the military or some shit. Like they're a fucking war general. I have a PhD. Well, fucking good for you. You got a lot of debt too, motherfucker. Have you paid the 100 grand off yet? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You can buy a degree. You don't even have to go to school. You can literally buy a degree. There are people out here who have paid for degrees. They did not go to school. And they're holding positions that they're not qualified to have. Go look up the amount of malpractice suits that were filed, right? Just this year. We just reaching the middle of the year. And go look at how many malpractice suits have been filed in 2026 in the United States. And then go look up how many were filed, let's say 10 years ago from 2026. Everything is getting worse. And we keep acting like this shit is normal. And like, I don't get it. People are losing their jobs left and right. They losing their homes. They losing their vehicles. They losing family members. They losing their mind. Inflation is through the fucking roof. It's $25 a gallon for gas. Like, what are we talking about? It's time to start taking account of fucking ability. If the country's fucked up, who let it happen? We want to blame the government. We always want to blame everybody else, right? For how our lives are not going the way that we want it to go. But what are we doing to change it? Nothing. We just bitching and complaining, whining and crying, but no action has been taken. And that's what Kevin Samuels' whole message was. Take action. How? By taking accountability. That's the first step. You will never change any aspect of your life until you take accountability for it first. Accountability is acknowledgement that there's a problem that I need to fix. That's all accountability is. This thing that I'm saying or this thing that I'm doing, this action that I'm taking is not working for me. It is detrimental to me. I have to stop it. That's the first stage of accountability. Is acceptance. Accepting that I'm not perfect, that I make mistakes, and these mistakes I can change. I can stop making them. That's phase one. Once you do that, now you have to figure out a game plan. How do I change this behavior? I've been living this way for so long. I'm so used to it. It's just second nature. I do it without thinking. How can I change this behavior about myself so I can have a better life? So I can be a better person. So I can have peace. Most people ain't willing to do that because most people can't get past just taking accountability. The first step. It ain't that many rings on the ladder, right? And you ain't got that far to climb. But the hardest step is always the first one. And it's putting that first foot up on that first rung and starting to climb. Starting your ascension. Because once you start climbing, this is like, well, shit, I done got this. But once you look back and you see how far you done came, it's like, shit, I might as well keep climbing. Ain't no point in going back down. I'm halfway up. The hardest part is that first phase, is accountability, taking that first step. And most people are so terrified of taking that first step, they never fucking do it. And when people like me, Kevin Samuels, and everybody else is pushing the same agenda, when we speak like this, people get in their feelings. They want to deflect. They want sign language. They want to shame me. They want to insult me, right? Then they want to guilt trip me. Then when I kill all their arguments and I don't feed into none of they manipulation tactics, what's the last resort? The need to be right. I'm gonna move the goalpost. I'm gonna change the subject. I'm gonna just, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just run. I'll never accept the fact that you are right and I need to take accountability for my bullshit. What you said was correct, sir. I don't take accountability for nothing. And that's why my life sucks. Most people aren't willing to do that. Damn sure ain't willing to do it publicly. I ain't about to let all these people know that Why not? Why not? You're more concerned about what other people who don't take accountability either think about you taking accountability. At that point, you're a better person than them at that point because you're doing something that they refuse to do. So of course they're gonna hate on you. Of course they're gonna have something negative to say. They have to. Because if I don't, then that means I agree with you. But I don't agree with you because my life and my actions don't align with it. And that's noticeable. People can see that. And that's what most people are concerned with. They care more about what others think of them than what they think about themselves. That's crazy. How the fuck do you care more about what I and other people that you don't even know think about you than you think about yourself? Do you like yourself? Do you love yourself? Then what the fuck, why are you concerned with what the fuck other people think and what they got to say? When you've done, think about that, when you've done something, when you have done nothing to harm somebody, right, in any way, shape, or form, and they have a negative, like, outlook about you, or, you know, they just don't like you, or just, you know, being mean and hateful and got, you know, negative shit to say all the time about you or to you, or they want to fight you, or they just, it's because they don't like they self. And it's called projection. They don't like they fucking self, right? And there's attributes about you that they really admire, right? And they wish they had. And the fact that they don't have it makes them jealous of the fact that you do have it. Because in their mind, they think they're better than you. In their mind, they think that they're more deserving of what you have or what you have accomplished or what you've done than you are. And they haven't even done the work and don't want to do the fucking work. They are in fucking sane. Most people are in fucking sane. That's why I laugh when I see motherfuckers picking on homeless people or laughing at, you know, the people be out in the street talking out their head and shit. Oh, this motherfucker must be high. Look at, he tripping. Look at, record them and shit. I'd rather deal with that crazy motherfucker on the street than the average person that the motherfuckers claim that they got their shit together. Because they're the truly insane motherfucker. At least he's wearing his insanity. You hide yours. You don't have to wonder if this motherfucker's crazy. You can see that this motherfucker's crazy. So you know how to deal with that. Because they're showing you, right? But everybody else hides it. They hide their insecurities. They hide their mental illness. Right? Or they think they're hiding it. Because a person like me, I see right through it. I see right through the mask. I see right through the fakery, right? The facade. The character that you present to me. I see right through it. And that makes people uncomfortable. And Kevin Samuels had that same ability. Within 3 to 5 minutes of him interacting with any man or woman that came on his platform, he had them figured the fuck out. So much so that he would correct them on their lies and bullshit before they even finished their fucking statement. And it pissed them the fuck off. How can this man read me so well? To the point where I can't pull the wool over his eyes. I can't play the games with him that I do with everybody else. But no, the actuality is the games that you play with everybody else, they just don't play with you. I'm sorry, they play with you. He doesn't. They know you're full of shit. If you're a liar, just know everybody knows you're a liar. Most people just won't say it to your fucking face. If you're a thief, everybody knows you're a thief. Most people just don't have the balls, or they don't care about you enough to tell you to your fucking face. If you a hoe, everybody know you a fucking hoe. Most motherfuckers are just not gonna say it to your fucking face. They're gonna talk about you behind your back. So whatever character that you have, your character flaws that you have, just know that everybody sees them. Everybody sees them. They just pretend that they don't. And they talk about it to everybody else, but they won't tell you. And the one person that cares enough to tell you to your face that you fucked up and you need to fix yourself, right? You got an issue with that person. If you have anybody in your life who does not feed in your bullshit and tells you things about yourself that you don't like, that's the only fucking friend that you have. That's the only person. If it's multiple people, then whatever the number is, right? That's someone who genuinely cares about you. If a person can't be honest with you, then they're not your friend. That's not somebody who genuinely has your best interest at heart. Because if they did, they would correct you when you're wrong. Because they see what you're doing is destructive, right? That it's a negative, it's causing negativity to enter your life, right? You're not happy, you're not at peace, and they see that. And they want you to be happy, they want you to have peace. And the only way that they know that you can do that is by correcting the behavior or the action. And because they love you and care about you, they tell you that you need to correct it. Not for their benefit, for your benefit. And when you correct those behaviors and actions, guess what? You benefit first, and then the people around you benefit. That negative attribute about yourself no longer becomes a burden to you and the people around you. And what does that cause? That causes the people around you to do the same shit. They're going to see the change in your behavior. They're going to see the change in how you move, how you dress, how you eat, how you talk, how you think. They see the change, right? They might make fun of it. They may clown it. Why? Because they're not doing it. But then when the results start rolling in, now they can't talk. Now they get quiet. Now they get distant, right? Now when you come around, they sucking their teeth and they acting funny and shit. Why? Because you done leveled up. You surpassed them. They can't relate to you anymore. Every time they see you talking about what you done, how much money you done made, right? How much progress you done had in your business and at your job and in your relationship or whatever the fuck it is. You got all this good news every time you come around. Yeah, man, I did this, I did that, I went here, went there, I did that, I made this, and then everybody, oh wow, that's amazing. All right. Then it gets to them. Well, what you been up to? Shit. Same old same. It's just like, oh, okay. So what happened with that business you said you was going? Man, I told you I was going to start the business, man. I ain't got the money right now. Shit, why you worried about what the fuck I got going on? Jealousy, envy. Because they know that they're not putting in the work. They know they're not living up to their best potential. They know they could be doing more than what the fuck they doing. They know they bullshitting. They know they procrastinating. They know they full of shit. But by them being around other people, right? Because that's how you used to be. That's why y'all bonded. You was full of shit. You didn't take accountability. You wasn't trying to level up, and so now that you changed, right? Because people say that all the time. That's what kills people. Oh, you changed. You changed. So and so changed. They changed. They different. They be acting funny. Yeah. Yeah. What the fuck? Like, yeah, I've changed. I'm supposed to stay the same? Every day you should be learning something new. Every day you should be growing. Every day you should be accomplishing a goal. Like, what are you talking about? Yes, I've changed. That's the whole point. Is to keep changing, keep evolving, keep getting better, keep growing, keep learning new shit, keep accomplishing goals, keep winning. Winning and winning and winning and winning. Yes, that's the fucking goal. What are you talking about? Yes, I've changed. The problem is you haven't. It's motherfuckers I know from childhood. I will be 40 tomorrow. I've lived in multiple cities, multiple states, been in different countries. I've done so much shit in my 40 years, right? Started businesses. I've done so fucking much. Changed lives. If I go home right now, there's men that are older than me. These are the motherfuckers that I used to look up to when I was young. They still doing the same shit. No advancement, no growth, no progression, no new knowledge, no new information, no new money, no nothing. They've been living the same mundane, boring ass hamster wheel life for the last 20, 30 fucking years. Why would I put myself in that situation? What good can come from that? What good can me put myself around people like that? How can I benefit from that? I can't. They can benefit from all the years, right, of trial and error and just the wisdom that I have, right, from all these experiences that I've had. That can benefit them. But what the fuck can they? What can they offer me? How can they reciprocate that? They can't. The only thing they can do is remind me of where I came from and where I never want to go back to. Because it's a mentality. And when you change your mentality, your life will change. Everything starts with a thought. Then comes the action. You got to think it before you do it. Everything starts with a thought. So the only way that things will change, the only way that people will change, the world will change, right? People will start taking accountability is if they change the way they think. As a man thinketh, so shall he be. If you always thinking negative thoughts, if you always thinking just negative bad shit, oh, I know this ain't gonna work, oh, I shouldn't even try, I don't even know why I'm wasting my time. But guess what? It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Because you said it wasn't gonna work. And that's what you're gonna manifest. You can't go into something already expecting it to fail. And then when it fails, you see, I told you, I knew it wasn't gonna work. Well, that's why it didn't work, dummy. Because you knew it wasn't gonna work. I know that everything I do, I'm gonna be successful at. Why? Because I'm either gonna accomplish the goal or die in the fucking process. That's always my mentality. I'm gonna accomplish this goal or die in the fucking process. The only thing that can stop me from accomplishing this is death. That's it. When you have that mindset, the sky's the fucking limit. The sky is the fucking limit. Because a man with that mentality, what can you do with a man like that? Nothing but get the fuck out of his way. Either assist him or get the fuck out of his way. Because most people don't have that mentality. So if you try to fuck with a man that has that mentality, you're going to lose every fucking time. Because you have limits to how far you're willing to go. He don't. He's ready to die. Are you ready to die? No, you're not. So just slide on out the fucking way. Kevin Samuels was trying to build strong men, strong, masculine, competent men. traditional men. That's what builds and helps a community thrive. It's strong, masculine men, nuclear households. A community of men and women and children with the same mindset, the same goals, the same mindsets, right? And we're all working together to accomplish a goal. That's a community. We have to get back to that. Because this shit that's going on now, it don't fucking work. And it hasn't worked, and it's never gonna fucking work. It's never gonna fucking work. This is insanity. For a man or a woman to think that they can raise a child on their own better than they can with both parents is insanity. That goes against nature. If it takes man and woman to bring forth life, how in the fuck do you think that you can raise that life to be worth a damn with one parent? It took two to make them. You think it ain't gonna take two to raise them? That's crazy. Like I said, R.I.P. to Kevin Samuels, man, the Godfather, because he came and he laid the law down, and he was, man, like they say that what does it say, that the pen is mightier than the sword. Well, his sword was his tongue. That was his sword, and he was chopping motherfuckers up left and right. And they ain't like it. They ain't like it. But it just shows their character, right? It shows their character. They have poor character. They're not honorable people. They're not good people. Most people that think they're good people, they pieces of shit. They're horrible fucking people. And they lie to themselves every day. I'm a good person because I did this and I did that. I gave a homeless guy $20. I'm a good person. You're not a good fucking person. The only reason you gave that homeless man that $20 is because you wanted to feed your ego. You wanted to lie to yourself. That's something that you can use to tell yourself that you're a good person, so you can block out all the fucked up shit that you did last week. We gotta get it together, man. You gotta get it together. This shit ain't it. This shit is not it. And our youth, our youngest, the youth, the children, they fucked. There's no child left behind shit that they can't read. They can't write. They can't write in cursive. They can't spell. Math, arithmetic. Yeah, don't know the multiplication tables. Like this is the future. How is this the future? With AI going, how can AI not take over? How can artificial intelligence not take over when the artificial intelligence is more intelligent than the real intelligence? I'm gonna say that one more time. That might have went over somebody's head. How the fuck do we expect artificial intelligence not to take over when real intelligence is less intelligent than the artificial intelligence? The flesh and blood sentient beings are less competent than the artificial intelligence, to the point where we are using artificial intelligence more than we use our own natural God-given intelligence. I see people every day that you ask them a question, they don't even take the time to think about the response. They go straight to their fucking phone. Which means what? All your thoughts are not even your thoughts. When you have a question and you need an answer, you don't go to your own thoughts, your own computer first, your own intelligence. You go straight to artificial intelligence. Why do you think they're called smartphones? Because you're dumb. You dumb as fuck. That's why you need a smartphone, because you're dumb. I'm old enough to remember when it was maps. You want to go somewhere, you had the best you could do was when they came out with MapQuest. You had to print it all the people had computer paper. You got to take with you and shit, fold it up, take with you. Hey, you turn by turns. And if you missed the wrong turn, you was just fucked. There wasn't no, you can't go back and change it. It ain't gonna redirect nothing. Nope. And you got motherfuckers right now today that would be lost without their GPS. We rely heavily on technology for every aspect of our lives. To the point now, with all this shit just stopped working and went away tonight, we'd be fucked. Well, y'all would be fucked. I'd be just fine. I know how to make a fire. I know how to hunt. I know how to fish. I know how to survive. I know what water I can drink and what I can't drink. I know what plants I can use for certain medicinal purposes or reasons or food or whatever. I know these things. I know how to grow fruits and vegetables. I know how to slaughter livestock. These are things that I learned, right? Growing up in the era that I grew up in, these were normal activities. These were normal, everyday weekend activities, right? Men, young men, it was normal to go fishing. It was normal to go hunting. It was normal to go shoot. It was normal to go play basketball, football, go to the gym, right? Talk about sports, whatever. These were normal activities. Normal to go work on the car, right? Take a transmission out, drop a small block. Like these were normal activities. This was normal shit. These are things just walking around in the neighborhood or wherever you went. These were normal things to see. It was normal to see a park full of melanated people with the same T-shirt on, with their family name on the back. That was normal. You would see that every Saturday, Sunday, every weekend, just riding around. You would see that because it's a million fucking families out here. So every day is a family reunion. That was normal. When's the last time you've been riding down the street and just seen somebody having a family reunion? When's the last time you rode down the street and just seen a park full of fucking children playing, having a ball in the middle of the day? When's the last time you drove by a basketball court and just see a whole bunch of youngins out there just hooping and chilling and hanging out at the basketball court? When's the last time you've seen people being social in public settings outside? Public venues, public parks. Everywhere I go, it's a ghost fucking town. It don't even gotta be hot as shit. It could be a beautiful 60, 70 degree day. Cool breeze blowing, just a beautiful day to be outside. And it's a ghost town. It looked like 28 days later. Zombie apocalypse. It ain't nobody outside. So I'm gonna end it with this, y'all. Kevin Samuels exposed the worst of us, the most despicable aspects of who we are, right, as human beings. He exposed that, right? He put a mirror up to it and challenged us to change it. And we fought him at every turn and even in his death. So that says a lot about us, not him. I don't care if he died in some hooker pussy, some stripper pussy. I don't give a fuck. However that man chooses to live his life, regardless of that, right? That doesn't take away from the validity of his statements and the things that he was talking about. That's where the shame comes in. You try to shame, he talking all that stuff and he was doing this and doing it. Regardless of what that man does in his personal life, that does not take away from the validity of his statements. Everything he said still stands true and tall. It don't matter what the fuck he was doing in his personal life. It's what he said accurate. Yes. So what the fuck does that have to do with how he died, who he died with, where his dick was when he died, what he was popping and taking with it? I don't give a fuck. That has nothing to do with me, and having that information don't benefit my life in no way, shape, or form. But the information that he was putting out on his platform has affected me in a positive way. It has motivated me. It has given me enlightenment. It did give me something that I can take and add to my life, right? And make myself a better man. It's funny how people focus on shit that don't fucking matters, right? Because if they focus on what's important, now I have to do the work. I don't want to do the fucking work. So I don't want to address the topics that he talked about, right? Because I fall in the category, the piece of shit mother, no accountability taking motherfuckers that he be talking about. So I don't want to deal with that. I want to worry about his sexuality. I want to worry about his glasses. I want to worry about the whatever fixtures that he got sitting on his desk and shit. I want to talk about this rating scale. I want to talk about his tone of voice. Anything other than the fucking statements and the facts that he was pushing. Anything other than that. Because if I go down that route, I know where that goes. And that ends up with me taking accountability. And I don't want to do that. So I'm going to deflect. I'm going to move the goalposts. I'm going to change the subject. I'm going to play semantics. These are the games that people normally play in their life, and it usually works for them, right? It don't work with him. And that's why he was hated. You couldn't bullshit him. You couldn't manipulate him. You couldn't pull the wool over his eyes. He saw you for who the fuck you were, and he treated you as such and addressed you as such. So like I said, to the ladies, if you present yourself as a hoe, you will get treated as such. If you present yourself as a lady, a feminine woman, a lady, right? You will be treated as such. You can say what you want. I don't give a fuck. I said what I said, and I've seen it. I'm telling you, as a man, I treat women based off of how they present themselves. If you a half-naked, loud, obnoxious, ratchet bitch, I'm gonna treat you as such. If you conduct yourself having some fucking decorum, right, some class and some dignity about you, and present yourself as a feminine woman, you're gonna get treated as such. I don't mind opening the door. I don't mind fucking, you know what I'm saying? Knocking a motherfucking teeth out, but no man has a problem with that when you present yourself in a proper manner. You will have the world laid at your fucking feet. And that's why I say this feminist shit has tricked, they finessed y'all. They finessed y'all. Y'all fell for the trick bag. We fell for gangster rap. Y'all fell for feminism. It is what it is. It is what it is. But what are we going to do about it? How are we going to change it? How are we going to fix it? Because as men, there's nothing that we can do. We've tried everything that we could think of doing. Y'all don't want to change. Y'all don't want better. Y'all okay with the current situation that's going on in the world. And it's all women. Why is it all women that fall in this category? Because even if you don't fit that narrative or that category of woman that Kevin Samuels, is talking about, right? You don't fit that narrative. You're not that type of woman. The fact that you keep your mouth closed and you don't speak on it and you don't correct these women, right? When you see them out in public showing their ass and acting a fucking fool, because collectively y'all don't address the shit and don't correct it, you're also going to be negatively affected by whatever they do. Because foreigners, other nations of people, they don't know you, right? So they don't know your character. All they can go off of is your appearance and how you carry yourself, but you still will be lumped in that category. Since you share the same skin, right, and the same nationality as the women that's acting a fucking fool, you're going to be treated, whatever they get, you're going to get it as well. It's going to affect you too, because it's the same thing for men. This whole niggas ain't shit narrative, it's around the fucking board. It don't matter if you're a good man or not. You're going to be put in that category, and you have to prove that you're not that. You're guilty until proven innocent. And now it's becoming the same thing for women. You're going to be guilty until proven innocent. You're going to have to prove that you're not this. You ain't one of these ratchet bonnet wearing hood rat bitches. You ain't one of these 304s. You ain't worried about where the scamming ass niggas at. Oh, you got to prove it. Well, I figured the way I'm dressed and I carry myself, that would be enough. Wrong. You got to prove it. Because your image has been tarnished by women that look like you. Total different caliber woman, but they share your resemblance, right? So when people see them, they see you. They don't see you when they look at them. When they look at you, they see them. So you're going to get the same treatment. You're going to get the same disrespect. You're going to get the same bad service. You're going to get the same shunning. We at capacity. We can't take you. What do you mean you at capacity? I see all these empty seats in here. Yeah, we just... Oh, what is it? Because I'm black? We got to stop playing that stupid ass shit. You know what the fuck it is. I know what the fuck it is. If I go somewhere and I get profiled, right, whether I'm positive that that's the situation or not, if I even feel it in my gut that that's what's going on, I'm going to remove myself. It's no point in me going back and forth. They don't want me here. And I don't want to be nowhere where I'm not wanted. I overstand the fact that men that look like me have done things that have tarnished all of our images to the point where I'm not going to be openly accepted in certain rooms or in certain areas, right, or in certain social settings, right, just because of my appearance alone. They don't even want to take the time to try to figure out if I'm one of them or not. Is he gonna come in here fucking shit up? Is he gonna shoot the place up? He got dreads and shit. Nah. He tattoos and that. Nah. What he got? He got on jeans. Tell him he can't wear jeans. Like, so I don't even get upset because I know the cause of it. That's why every opportunity I have to get on a nigga ass, I'm getting on his ass. Bro, what the fuck is you doing? You tripping. Because not only is you making it bad out here for yourself, you making it bad out here for me. It's already hard enough out this motherfucker. And you making it worse. Doing the stupid ass shit that you doing. And women have to do the same thing. Oh, well, these women they be tripping, they be trying to fight it. But then you just have to whoop the bitch ass. Half of them, that's what their problem anyway. They need their ass whooped. I'm talking about one of them old school ass whooping. Because most of these motherfuckers be quick to fight, but they can't fucking fight. I know some thumper ass bitches that will whoop a nigga ass. And most of these women can't fight. They be out here, they just look like two fucking children. It's like, just stop. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, it's nothing attractive about two women fucking fighting like men in the fucking street. There's nothing attractive about that. But they so quick to throw hands. It's like, for what? Like, if you cute, you like, what? I don't get it. Like, if you a pretty girl, you cute. Pretty girls don't fight. Like, what? I'm pretty. What the fuck I need to fight for? Like, yeah, pretty girls don't fight. What the fuck why are you fighting? Now, if you defending yourself, that's something totally different. But pretty girls don't go around fucking causing drama and trying to fight every fucking body. Because if she does, she's not gonna, eventually she won't be a pretty girl no fucking more. I'm gonna use what's the little light-skinned chick from Baltimore? She boxing now and shit. Krishan. The girl from Baltimore. Now she wanna box. She always been a tomboy, but she was cute. She was a pretty girl. She was naturally, she was cute. She was attractive. Now, over the time, all the shit she's been doing, she getting into fights, doing this and that, bad girl stuff, all this weird ass shit. Look at her now. Look at her just 5 years ago, and then look at the motherfucker now. Teeth missing and shit. Like, come on, shawty. Like, what the fuck are you doing to yourself? But that's because her appearance doesn't align with her mentality. Yeah, she might have been an attractive woman, but that's normal in Baltimore. I be around Baltimore. I be all over Baltimore. East, west, south, Cherry Hill. I be all over Baltimore, right? And it's a lot of swirling going on in Baltimore. So you got a lot of Christians in Baltimore, right? It's a big mixture. It's a melting pot in Baltimore, right? You have communities. You got white people, black people, Hispanics, and they all live together. They go to school together. They interact with each other. They date each other. They fucking each other. They having babies, right? So it's a lot of little Christians running around in Baltimore. But they'll throw you off because you look at them like, damn, oh my God, she bad, she pretty, oh my God, she's sexy as shit. Then she open the fucking mouth and you're like, oh my God, what the fuck? It's like little New York. Like, you know what I'm saying? You go up to New York, you see the little Dominican joints, no foreign joints, bad as shit, fat as shit. Hey, shawty, man, baby, what's your name? What the fuck? Suck my dick? The fuck? Are you dumb? Nigga, I'm gay. Are you dumb? I don't like dick. Are you dumb? It's like, whoa, I'm sorry, sir. You know, my bad, brother. I thought she was a female. You know, I am a female. Shit, I can't fucking. I thought you were. Damn. Voice be deeper than mine. I'm like, shit. Yeah, man. About to get up off this thing, man. But yeah, appreciate y'all tapping in with me, man. RIP to the Godfather, man. Kevin Samuels, man. You will be missed, my brother. You will be missed. But we gonna keep your legacy alive, and yeah, we gonna keep your name alive, man. And keep it moving, keep it going. He started it, we gonna finish it. I'm putting the mirror up to everybody, including myself. I don't give a fuck where we at, what's going on. You gonna take accountability. You ain't got no fucking choice. And you ain't gonna be around me. Yeah, man. Y'all be safe, man. Enjoy your night. Appreciate y'all tapping in with me. Tony. Salute. Yeah, man. Y'all be safe, man. Enjoy your night. I'll see y'all in the AM. Peace.
Oh, you thought I was a simp, huh? Bitch. Found out a nigga been a pimp, huh? Bitch. Oh, you late this month on